Hello students, welcome to my channel Biologics 5. I am Neeru Sharma and today I am going to discuss about the tRNA, the adapter molecule. In my last videos, I discussed about the transcription in eukaryotes and prokaryotes and another videos for genetic code. Now we will discuss about the translation, and the first part of translation is a translation machinery, and tRNA is the part of translation machinery. It's quite important molecule. tRNA is transfer RNA or the adapter molecule. It is known as transfer RNA because it transfer amino acid to polypeptide. Why it is known as adapter RNA? We come to the adapter RNA. Why it is known as the adapter RNA? Because it functions as a physical link between nucleic acid sequence and the amino acid sequence and translate 3 nucleotide codon sequence on mRNA into suitable amino acid of that codon. So adapter, we know that it connects to different part of an equipment which cannot be connected together. So here it also function as adapter. It act as a link between the nucleic acid sequence and the amino acid sequence and read the code present on the mRNA and attach suitable amino acid of that codon on polypeptide. So suppose there is an mRNA, we can see this is an mRNA. This is the messenger RNA formed after the transcription. This messenger RNA has codons on them. These are different codons present on mRNA. Actually, this is the first codon AUG and next codon is GCA. So the tRNA reads this codon. Suppose this is a tRNA and this has what it will have. It have the anticodon against this codon. Suppose this codon AUG, the anticodon present on tRNA will be UAC. The anticodon present on them UAC, and it have amino acid on this arm. This is methionine. So this tRNA, suppose this is the another codon GCA which is read by another tRNA. There is different tRNA for different codons, and the codon which will present on this GCA will be CGU. And it will code for alanine. So it's quite clear from this picture that the tRNA play a dual role or act as a link between the nucleic acid sequence present on mRNA and the amino acid sequence which is present on polypeptide. So on one hand it reads the codon on the mRNA, and other hand attaches the or binds the amino acid on polypeptide chain. So it's play a dual role and a link between the nucleic acid sequence and the amino acid sequence. These amino acids get attached to each other through the peptide bond, and this make the polynucleotide. So not polynucleotides or polypeptide. It is made up of amino acid, different amino acid. So the role of tRNA is quite clear. It's playing a dual role. It reads codon on mRNA and attaches the amino acid on polypeptide. Next we come to the another name of tRNA, that is soluble RNA. Why it is known as soluble RNA? Because it is soluble in the solution of 1 molar NaCl. It is soluble in this solution. That's why it is known as soluble RNA. Known as transfer RNA because it transfer amino acid to polypeptides. Quite clear. Now come to the structure of tRNA. What is it made up of? It is made up of 70 to 60 nucleotides, of course ribonucleotide, and 50% of its nucleotide. 50% of nucleotides are paired and around 50% are unpaired. 50% nucleotide paired and forms the stem actually. From these structures, I have given the structure of tRNA can be discussed by these two models, that is the Holle. This is the Holle 2-dimensional cloverleaf model, and this is the 3D model given by Klug in 1974. According to the model given by Holle, it's a clover leaf model, also known as clover leaf model, because it resembles to the leaf of the clover plant. That's why the leaf of clover plant is like a triplet of leaf. That's why it's just like that. So it's resembled to the clover leaf, and that's why it is known as clover leaf model also. It's given by Holle. And you can clearly see here different arms of tRNA, and these are the amino acceptor arm. This is the amino acid, we can say amino acid binding arm. There are different arms of this tRNA from the structure. This is the anticodon arm, this is the anticodon arm, and this is the anticodon present on this. And two different other arms are dihydroxyuridine present on this arm. That's why it is known as D arm. This is known as D arm, and this is the T arm of this tRNA. You can clearly see here in the 3D model of the tRNA. It is also known as the inverted L model because it looks like a inverted L. That's why it's called the inverted L model. Given here are different arms. These are anticodon arms, this is DHU arm, and this is the T size C arm, and this is the amino acid binding arm. So these four arms are important part of this tRNA molecule. But we can discuss clearly with the clover leaf model. So I am making diagram for you also. There are different arms of the tRNA. One more arm is present. This is known as variable arm. There are four arms. That's the anticodon arm, that is the T size C arm, and one more arm is there, and this is known as D arm. The paired portion of tRNA or double stranded RNA, this is the paired portion actually which form the stem of different arms. These are the stems of different arms, and these are formed by the pairing of nucleotides. So here double stranded RNA, here the stem is of double stranded RNA which nucleotides are paired, around 50% nucleotides is a pair, and they form the stem of this different arms. This is also paired here, and this is the here is CCA, triplet of nucleotide here, and there is a hydroxyl group over here. So this is the amino acid acceptor arm. We can write it here. It is known as amino acid acceptor arm or amino acid binding arm. These are the stem. This is the stem of this arm. This is the amino acid acceptor binding arm or amino acceptor arm. This is a hydroxyl group, and amino acid attaches here at the hydroxyl group. That's why this is known as amino acid acceptor arm. The another important arm which is here, that is the anticodon arm. We call this arm as a anticodon arm. Why it is called anticodon arm? Because there is anticodon against mRNA on this arm. This is the anticodon, the first anticodon which tRNA comes. This is the UAC, and it will reach codon on mRNA, that is AUG. This is anticodon arm because it has anticodon in them. This arm is known as D arm. Why this is known as D arm? Because it has some unusual nucleotide, that is dihydroxyuridine on this arm. We will discuss with this diagram later. And this is the fourth arm that is quite important, and that is the, we can say this arm, the T psi C arm. Actually these arms are named to on the basis of the nucleotide, or you can say unusual nucleotide present on these arms. This arm, the T psi C arm, have three unusual nucleotides, that is thymidine, pseudouridine, and cytidine. So, and this arm, fifth arm, is known as variable arm. Why it is known as variable arm? Because it have variable number of nucleotides according to the tRNA. They can be 30 to 21 nucleotides, on this variable arm. According to the tRNA, the length of variable arm is different in different tRNA. That's why it is known as variable arm. This is quite clear from the diagram. They does different 5 arms. This is amino receptor arm, this is the D arm, and this is the anticodon arm, and this is T size C arm, and this is the variable arm and amino acid acceptor arm. The paired structure of the arm, the paired structure is known as stem. Different arms is known as stem. These are the stem, and these are the loops. Actually, these are the loops of different arms. The single stranded RNA is known as form the loop, and the double stranded RNA, which is paired nucleotides, made the stem of that arm. The stems are made up of two structures, stem and loop. Loop is single stranded RNA made up of unpaired nucleotides. So we come to this model of the Hollis model, 2-dimensional model of cloverleaf model, also known as. So here you can see clearly different loops of different arms. This is the D loop of D arm, this is the T loop of T size C arm, and this is the amino receptor binding arm, and there is the anticodon present on anticodon loop. So here we will discuss about the loops of different arms. This is the D loop. Why it is known as D loop? Because it has unusual nucleotide dihydrouridine on this arm. This dihydrouridine is an unusual nucleotide present on D arm. And here in the T size C arm, T loop, also known as T loop, T size C arm, and this is the T loop. Here are 3 unusual nucleotides, that is thymidine, also known as ribothymidine, and this is pseudouridine, and this is cytidine. These are unusual nucleotides present on the T arm. These are unusual nucleotides present on T arm, or we can say T size C arm or T loop. T for thymidine, Psi for pseudouridine, psi denotes for pseudouridine, and C for cytidine. These are 3 unusual nucleotides on that's name. It's known as T size C loop. What is the role of unusual nucleotides in the structure of tRNA? Actually, it provides the stability to the molecule of tRNA. As we know, RNA is a highly unstable molecule, and these unusual nucleotides provide stability to this RNA structure. So it's clear from this diagram, this amino acid binding site here, the amino acid binds here at this hydroxyl group. This is the hydroxyl group actually, and this is the CCA codon. We can say the triplet of nucleotide is present here, which is unpaired. And at the 5' end, of this tRNA, and here is the G nucleotide. This is the 3 unpaired nucleotide present on the 3' end, and amino acid binds here at this hydroxyl group. This is the anticodon arm, which is opposite to this amino acid binding arm. It has the anticodon and them for the mRNA, which recognize the codon on mRNA and binds to it because it is complementary to mRNA codon. This arm is known as the D arm, and this is the D loop because of this dihydrouridine. This is known as D loop, and this is the T loop, or we can say T size C loop, because it has 3 different or unusual nucleotides present on this arm. That's why it's known as T size C loop or T arm. And this is the variable loop or variable arm. I've told you that it's variable because there is number of nucleotides is 3 to 21, can be 3 to 21 nucleotides, and that's depend upon the RNA. It's depend upon the RNA. We know that there are different tRNA for different amino acids, so the size of this loop or the length of this loop depend upon the tRNA. It can be 3 to 21 nucleotides and varies from one tRNA to another. So this is all about the structure which is quite clear from the 2D model, the cloverleaf model. We have discussed all the arms, the loops. In the next video, I will discuss about the translation, how tRNA plays its role in during the translation. So hope guys you understood the structure of tRNA well. If you like this video, please press the like button and subscribe my video and ring the bell if you want to get notified whenever I post my next video.